Hey, what's up with it, guys? All right, let's get everything all set up. Do we have a lot of things? Oh, we need to mute this on this end. Hold on. We have a lot of things to go through. A lot of stuff I want to get done here real quick. We had a busy day at work. We have Vault to unlock on 4 characters. Is this okay? We have Vault to unlock, or to like whatever, look or whatever, get loot on 4 characters. This is the day that we are going to be able to actually unlock the last soulbind. Well, I mean, what do you call? I don't know what these things are called. The last soulbind ability thing, which is called the ultimate form, when in the first soulbind plague divisor, I think is what its name is. So we're gonna get to test that out today. We have destruction buffs that went live, assassination rogue buffs that went live, fury warrior buffs that went live. So we have a lot of exciting things to try out today. Keeping our fingers crossed. I need you guys to cross your fingers here for the vault, the legendary vault. Why is this taking so long to load? That's weird. Is that good luck or bad luck? How are you guys doing today? Anyone get any good stuff in their vault? Any good good little goodies? I got a new phone case, and like you ever have that, and it like covers the little charging hole? What the heck? I'm so excited. I'm so excited to open the vault, and we're just stuck in the load screen. Pretty anticlimactic. Really testing our patience. Slowly but surely, slowly but surely. So we'll have to go and grab the quest. Oh, 213 reward, huh? It's not bad. Okay, wait, hold on. Demonology. I don't know that it matters, but I always get nervous. Cross your fingers, guys. Cross your fingers. I don't even know what we need. Well, for some reason this is 213, even though I played over 1800. I don't know why this dropped down. Ooh, avoidance. I might actually end up just taking this adaptive trinket. I already have gloves, I think. Yeah, I do. Taking this adaptive trinket. It might, I mean, this might be fun, like to do for BGs and stuff. Little anticlimactic. What's the alternative? Is you just collect 750 Stygia if you don't take any rewards? I already have both of those other two, so there's literally no point in grabbing this other one. This also has avoidance on it, which is also pretty lame. But are we converting to Destro? I don't think so, Zane. I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm eager to try it though and see how it plays. Ow. Let's I want to check my other vaults real quick, and then we'll unlock ultimate form and get to test ultimate form. I still really like Demonology a lot. The only issue I have with Demonology and like the content that I do is that it's kind of hard to get groups for RBGs. And so I don't have like a consistent group that I play with for RBGs. And so for that reason, it's a little bit tough for me. But Ooh, chess piece. Chess piece. Haste verse chess. That's pretty huge, actually. We hit 1800. Oh, this has speed on it, though. Oh, man. This is hard decisions, man. I mean, do you take the side grade, but just because it has speed, presumably you're going to be able to unlock like everything at some point, or do you just take the eye level upgrade? $30 speed. Is this right? 30 speed is 3%. $30 speed is 3%. That can't be right. Does that mean this is 6%? This gives an additional 6% move speed if it's 59 speed. You think eye level upgrade? I don't know. I don't know if eye level upgrade. I'm gonna have to wait on this. Well, if it's eye level upgrade, I for sure would just take the chest, because getting your, I mean, I already have a good cloak. Oh no, I have it like whatever cloak, but having the chest piece obviously is massive. I already have the helm that I bought. I also think this week, I could be wrong. No, this week I also can buy another 825 piece. So I could, if I got this chest from here, I would be able to get like the legs as well or something. But then like, see, look, cause I already have one of the rings. I already have belts, or belt, boots, helm. And I'm gonna be able to buy one more 875 piece. You shadow step a lot anyways. I'm just thinking big picture though, you know, because that's the only way you can get like speed or leech or anything is by getting them from the vault. Finally caught a stream thanks to you. I'm doing top 1 to 3 DPS in my raid as Demo. Hell yeah, man, I love to hear that. I haven't played in a while. I was wondering if you could answer a question about ultimate form. It says immune to all crowd control effects. Will this include interrupts? That is the exact question that I have myself. Okay, I'm not gonna grab something on my rogue yet because I need to think about that one. I think Shadow Step. Now Zane, you got me thinking Shadow Step. I think getting a piece with speed on it, even if it's a piece I already have, is pretty massive, because if you're able to, because once you're full gear, like my warlock basically is like full rival gear, right? I think I have like 1 or 2 pieces left. I think I might even be able, after this week with Conquest, I'm gonna be really close. But point being, on any character, you're gonna be able to be full PvP gear. So I feel like picking the pieces that have like speed or leech, like these bonus attributes, I think is going to be kind of significant in the long run, because if you end up getting 3 or 4 or 5 pieces with those secondary stats or sockets, yeah, I'd say yes if it was leech. Not sure about speed. Yeah, touche. Okay, yeah, I agree with that. I'll have to think about that. If it's 59 speed though, that's like a ton of speed. I feel like that if that's actually 6%. Yeah, Sath, we'll see here. I haven't unlocked ultimate form yet, and that was my exact same question as well, because as warlock we can unending resolve in ultimate form, so we theoretically could be completely immune to everything, but obviously it would be kind of a pain to like waste 2 cooldowns or whatever, 2 defensives to be able to accomplish that. I only have like 1 thing. Oh, I actually don't think I have these. Hell yeah, dude. You gotta love when that happens. Whoa, ancient insignia? What's that? What the hell is that? Figure out later. Okay, let's unlock. Oh, actually, I have my priest. It's kind of exciting when you have alts that you have this stuff on. It's like, it's kind of like Christmas morning. It's like I have so many things to little goodies waiting for me. What's up, Mr. Global? How you doing? Mr. Worldwide. That's a major cooldown waste for 4 seconds casting. Yeah, I feel you. It's a waste in that situation if you would have to use it for that. However, for example, in 2s, say you're playing against a warrior priest, right? That's like a pretty common setup. They have 1 kick, right? The warrior's got 1 kick you have to worry about. Everything else he has to interrupt you is all crowd control based. So in that game, as soon as you bait out the kick, right? As soon as you bait out the kick, you could basically be casting that for a CC immunity. It'll be interesting to see. I'm really eager to see. It would be amazing if it also works for silences. Oh, it's for the Vault Legendary quest. Oh, that makes sense. So I turn in the Vault Legendary quest, and that's what that little rinky-dink thing I got. What's up, Revake? Is that how you say that? Revake or Revake? Oh wait, I always need to make sure my like specialization is correct. I mean, on a lot of these, I don't think it would matter too much, but okay. Upgrade on the bracers. So I basically always take the PvP. So I'm gonna go with the bracers here. Not super exciting. Nothing too juicy today. Except on the rogue. The rogue got some solid upgrades. I'm leaning towards grabbing the chest and also being able to buy the legs, because that's going to put me like pretty close to 210 eye level on my rogue. We got 1800 on the rogue in RBGs today. I mean, yesterday. So we can get actually 220 eye level. 220 eye level. We got 220 weapons. All that just happened yesterday. And Assassination just got a buff. So definitely looking forward to messing around on the rogue. Troll will say though, it could make for some quick mini channels to get out of Kyrian Spear. Yeah, it'll yeah, we'll have to see. I think it's one of those abilities that is going to have a lot of nuance in itself. You know what I mean? I feel like it's going to be a pretty high skill cap ability. How's the volume for you guys? Is everything okay? The music is okay, not too loud. But I think it is going to be a pretty high skill capability because it's going to really require, to utilize well, you're going to have to know what people are capable of throwing at you, right? I'm actually going to, well, let's see what we have to do here. So the fastest way to get anima is actually RBGs. But we have to do these two, so we have, okay. So what we can do, let's go ahead and grab the souls. Yeah, and then we'll have to mess with this. Is there weekly quests? The weekly quest for, if there's a weekly quest for RBGs, that's the best one because it's it was 750 anima for the turn in. We good? Okay. You donated and I don't remember your name? Well, I said 2 ways. I don't want to mispronounce your name. World boss. Easy 250 anima right there. Okay, let's see if we can find an RBG group maybe. You know what I should do too is I should upgrade this trinket because I'm honor capped anyway. That's so weird though. I played a game of my 2s last week just for the thing, for the vault, and it only gave me 213. It didn't like register for some reason. What's our rating on this guy? 1700. Need gods. They're full on DPS already. I did a RBG yesterday on my Warlock as Destruction, just to kind of test it out, to get a feel for kind of how it felt, you know, right before the buff. And we literally like insta killed a warrior off the like team fight. It was pretty funny. We like went in the team fight. It was Silver Shard Mines, which is actually like one of my favorite RBGs. I really like Silver Shard Mines for some reason. Oh, this might be a bad idea. I can turn off war mode over here. I have war mode on. I can turn this off, right? Yeah, okay. Dude, Alliance on our server, I swear they camped this little thing right here. Or like in this battle group or whatever it's called. And you just get wrecked. Do you think Destro is good enough for PvP now? What are the buffs? So Destro got a flat 5% aura buff. And what it means when it's an aura buff is it applies to basically all of your spells and abilities. So I mean, Destro was already good, right? Because Chaos Bolt's already like a really strong ability. Did I just like insta-kill that thing? What happened? Here's my strategy for souls. Do you guys do this too? I just post up on this little thing up here at the top and just kind of run in a little circle until I get 15 souls. But Destro got a 5% buff. How am I just insta-killing these? They like nerf the health? I'm doing 5,000 damage in that cast? That seems... Destro buff OP, guys. Destro's OP. You heard it here. Just kidding. But it's an aura buff that they gave Destro, so it's 5%. 5% to everything. Was the vault kind? It was okay. It was mildly kind. I've had juicier vaults though. So the reason though that the 5% is really big is because it's not on one specific ability or a specific thing. And so having a 5% damage amp across the board on all of your abilities is a really significant buff. In anything, that's like 5% is a lot. 3% is a significant amount. But I'm surprised, like that's why I'm really surprised, like with warriors, like arms warriors got 3%. 3% across the board is a lot. I mean, that's a lot of free damage that they're going to be dishing now by comparison to before. So I think for Destro, it will be pretty noticeable. I mean, if you think about it, I'm before, like yesterday, I was hitting 15k, 16k chaos bolts with cooldowns. It is in that ballpark without the legendary, just my own gear and like normal cooldowns and running demonic synergy. So 5% of 16k was like what, like 800? Something like that. Am I close? I think it's around there. Which, so getting a free 800 damage on your chaos bolts is a lot. I mean, that's literally the value of when Grimoire Sacrifice procs, to put it in perspective, right? When Grimoire Sacrifice procs, it does like 800 damage. So I mean, it's like paired with Chaos Bolt, that's the value you gain from a 5% aura buff that they gave to Destro. So it's pretty significant. The only reason I think they didn't give Demo a buff is because Demo currently, like on the parses, is actually performing pretty well because of the HP trinket stuff. And that's like the reason I think they haven't buffed Demo, because Demo deceivingly looks like it's really performing really strong, but it's because of that weird HP trinket setup, which isn't like a viable, reliable kind of damage comparison if you're talking about like PvP stuff, you know what I mean? playing TBC when it comes out? I will be playing TBC when it comes out. Yeah. Balanced Druid Baby. I might play some other alts as well in TBC. We'll have to see, but yeah, I'm definitely intending on playing TBC when it comes out. I love TBC. I'm a huge TBC fan. Looking for Warlock, but these guys want Affliction, I'm sure. I'm hoping after like this patch being out for 4 or 5 days that Destro is a little bit more invite friendly. When it comes to getting invites. We'll see. I'm just gonna spam all these that are like 1700. I just want to try and get a win to get the anima cap. That seems to be the most effective. Melee cleave, huh? Well, legendary using, I'm using demonic synergy. I actually can get that max rank this week as well. I'm gonna have to do that. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to do all this stuff, all the housekeeping stuff today. Probably could only stream here for a couple hours, but I have demonic synergy. We have rank 3 right now, but I'm like, was 40 soul ash short from being able to upgrade it. Honor in arenas, honor in skirmishes. What's the fastest way to get 1,000 anima? I just want to try ultimate form. We should. As 195 Destro, I hit 12k chaos bolt, so it's like a 3-shot. Yeah, I mean, I 2-shot this warrior yesterday. Like I had 2 like 16k chaos bolts back to back, and that's like on top of your let's go kill the world boss guy over here. That's on top of like immolate damage, conflag damage, infernal damage, right? You have like other things proccing at that same time, so it's not like only chaos bolts that are doing damage. Is Amir's Resto the worst performing spec for Shaman in PvP? No, Resto is actually very strong. Resto is actually very strong. Do the skirm quest. But I feel like the skirm quest is going to take a long time. I guess I could queue skirms like while we're waiting though. Because isn't it like 1,000 honor of skirms? If we're gonna queue skirms, I have to go demo because I don't really know how to play Destro. I get all flustered, you know. It's like I can't deal with the pressure of people being on me when I'm Destro yet. I don't really know what to do. Conflag's insane. Yeah, so I was looking. So I talked about this in the video that I did a day or so ago, whenever that was. But I was thinking like, oh, this Chaos Bolt legendary sounds awesome. Like this would make your like burst potential just so high, right? I went on Arena Mate and Drustvar, which are like the 2 sites I usually use to kind of cross-reference, you know, what people are running. And everyone except for one person was running Cinders. Literally everyone. Which kind of threw me off. Oh, that's cool. It auto switches. So I'm gonna have to set this up soon where I like have my shit all dialed in here. What was I saying? I don't remember. Is Destro more fun than Demo? No, it's not. No, that's not how I would describe it. Destro, for me, the reason I like Destro is it's kind of, in some situations, is to me kind of like a sigh of relief because I don't have to manage the pet stuff as much. Demo, the pros and the cons is that a lot of the success is really based around you knowing how to manage your pet well and being like aware of that aspect of the gameplay, which is rewarding when you pull it off, but it also is a little bit more like mentally taxing. It's like a little more involved. You have to kind of be a little more aware, a little more attentive. You have kind of one more thing to mess with that's a really significant part of your gameplay. Destro, you can run Grimoire Sacrifice and just chaos bolt the crap out of people, and it's pretty satisfying. You know, it's just like, it's so bursty and just like you're hitting these big chunky meatballs at people, and it's just pretty entertaining. Okay, let's go ahead and sign up. You guys heard that, right? I just got fake invited. What happened? The little thing went away too. What's this thing? Mortanis. Oh, there. Man, these groups are filling up so fast. It's so hard to actually Destro. Yeah, so yeah, the legendary, the cinders. So yeah, so Destro's real strength is that you have multiple spell schools. Any of the classes that have that aspect, like Fire Mage is another good example, to just play it is one thing. To really get good, like if you watch these high level mages like Zaryu or Mitch Jones, right? These guys that are playing fire, they're very aware of what they're getting kicked on and intentionally baiting out kicks at certain points to know what they can follow up with. It's basically guaranteed, right? So the classes that have these multiple spell school situations are very, very good, but they require you to have enough awareness in PvP to know what, like, one, what kicks the enemy team has up. Like, do they have 2 kicks up? Do they have 1 kick up? And what you're baiting out, where you're like intentionally getting kicked on stuff. Because if I'm actually trying to cast Chaos Bolt, I'm going to cast Fear and try and get hard kicked on Fear. Then I'm going to cast Immolate or Incinerate and try and get hard kicked on Fire. Then I can free cast my Chaos Bolt if their 2 kicks are down, right? So if you can get to that point where it's like that is like very second nature to you, where you're doing it really fast because you know what to do, then I would say that's when like Destro becomes very strong. Because you have Chaos, which is its own spell school, but Chaos will kick or will knock you or will kick you on everything else. But then you have Fear, and if you're Necro, you have Fleshcraft or Decimating Bolt, all Shadow. Then you have Immolate and Incinerate that are up Fire, right? And so you can play around all that stuff very well. But that's like a thing that like I can do that kind of okay on Demo, because I've played enough Demo to where I'm like I kind of have that rotation down in those situations. Like, okay, I know I'm gonna get kicked here. I don't want to cast Hand of Gul'dan. I want to like bait out Fear, or I want to Life Drain and bait out the kick on my Shadow, and then like be able to cast Hand of Gul'dan. But you have to get to that same kind of level of like quick reactive gameplay for Destro, and I'm not there yet with Destro. But Destro definitely has potential. I think the 5% buff is enough to really put it on par with Affliction when we're talking about damage. And like, I'm thinking mostly in BG settings, but I don't know if you saw Kalamazzi did like a whole breakdown. He did like a bunch of sims with the changes to destruction, and the long and the short of it is that Destro is basically in single target not going to be as good as Affliction, but it's very close. It's only like should theoretically be only a few hundred DPS apart type of thing. And then in multi-target situations, and Destro starts pulling ahead. And like 3, 4, 5 targets, Destro like really pulls ahead. So I think it will be cool, because I'm pretty sure Destro is probably going to become the new like Mythic Plus kind of setup, because it seemed to definitely be doing more damage than Affliction on these sims at 3 targets. Like that was the breaking point where Destro started pulling ahead pretty noticeably. and that's going to scale further because Destro's cleave is much like on demand cleave is much better than Affliction. So if you do a lot of Mythic Plus, I do think Destro is probably going to be the spec people are going to start running pretty soon. I'd be pretty surprised if in another like week or so, the top performers in Mythic Plus aren't Destro Warlocks, but who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Kind of lagging. These world bosses are pretty brutal. There's just so much crap going on. I'm also running Jesus, guys. This is pretty rough. Is it better if I just like look down at my character like this? Like, what the hell? It's like, look how many things are going on. It's okay, we got a new computer coming soon. But this is part of the reason. Someone asked like earlier today or yesterday, they're like, why haven't you been streaming as much? And it's like, I can't, any of the raid content or any PvE stuff, my computer's been struggling with it. Oh, we might be doing the raid. Should we do the raid tonight? They're trying to send out invites to me right now, I think. I'm getting like a yellow message, but I'm already in this group. Should we do the raid? Honestly, I hate Destro and Plus, except for when I'm playing Fire and Brimstone on a pack. Yeah, oh, hell yeah, man. 75 gold, let's go, baby. Just gonna be stuck in combat from these little guys forever. Should we do the raid? Do we have any votes? Any votes in the chat? I think they're doing a heroic right now. This is so annoying. I'm just literally stuck in combat. See these little swords? I'm just stuck in combat this whole time. I can't move, or I can't mount these little guys. One sec real quick, guys. I need to take this phone call. Sorry. Okay, we need to find some more anima. No, I don't think we're gonna do the I don't think we're gonna do the raid. Honestly, my computer is just really struggling. Computer's really struggling until I get my new computer is supposed to be here in like 10 days, something like that. You don't get anima from these things, right? Flame challenge. Okay, so maybe we'll just do some arenas, arena skirmishes. You just said, yeah, it's fine. Oh, okay. Said sorry. Guess there's some kind of like mass invite thing he has. Yeah, I'll probably start doing the raid here soon, but it's not when I'm streaming the raid fights for me. Like, I don't know how good or bad it looks for you guys or how noticeable it is. For me, it's pretty tough to play the raid fights because my computer just can't handle like streaming it and also playing it on like reasonable graphics. It's not like 0, you know, on the graphic settings. So it's not particularly fun. It's like it's not really fun to do the raid and have like low FPS and have to play on like really low quality graphics. I just don't really, I'm not enjoying it too much, you know. Hi from a Demonology from Belgium, huh? Welcome, man. Welcome. That's awesome. Oh, you know what else we have today too? I forgot about this. There's a dagger, transmog dagger from Isle of Thunder that I need to get. This guy's gonna jump me right away, I think. No, he's gonna jump him. Okay, interesting. I'm gonna put Doom up on everyone. Oh my gosh, dude, our healer just got insta-gibbed. I don't think I'm gonna be able to pull this off here. I'm dead, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Did you guys see that? Our healer? Wow. Skirms, dude, skirms. Couldn't even set up. We'll do this thing. This thing will give us a little bit of anima. I'm really eager to try this. I'm really hoping it makes us immune to silences, but I don't think it's going to. I think that's gonna be like wishful thinking. But yeah, so these little Shanzai ritual stones, if we go to Isle of Thunder, I think is what it's called, you can get 1 per week from the rare spawns. Then you can get them like other ways, but they're kind of tough. It's like there's like quest lines and like chests you can find and all kinds of like other ways you can like technically get them, but it's kind of time intensive. So the most efficient one is just killing a rare spawn, but it's only 1 per week. And then once you get 3, you can summon a rare spawn boss, or like rare spawn boss. And that rare spawn boss has a chance to drop a dagger that is the dagger that matches my rogue's transmog. And it's the only model with that coloration, so it's pretty rare. I've never seen it before. Did I miss one? Oh, I did. Shoot. This is kind of a bad quest to do in between queues because you kind of need to finish the whole thing. Not sure how I feel about getting a resto druid. Oh, look, this guy's he's trying it out. It's like, oh, guys, we got a buff. We got a buff, guys. Oh shoot, our Felguard's not out. What? That's so dumb. Oh no, I wasted my stun on that warrior. Big damage here. He's LOS of his healer. I'm gonna fear him. Coil. Maybe I can get a decimating bolt off here. Okay, that's fear DR too. Oh, he cloned him, damn it. I've kick that. We go ahead and fear the warlock. Fearing the warlock again. Fear him one more time. Why would you sheep the guy that I'm attacking, dude? I should have fear off this full. Why is it so low? You guys know DRs. Like, what the heck? Druid's gonna die here. I'm gonna go warlock. This warlock's just like only... Stop sheeping him. Just stop. We're not killing the warrior. Just stop. Nice. There it is, baby. There it is. Tyrant, where's the priest? Pet stun the priest into full fear. I'm gonna mass slow the warrior. I'm gonna coil him. I have kick actually for the priest too if this guy doesn't get the poly. Did he death that? What happened right there? Kick the mind games. I'm gonna fear. Nice. That's full. Nice. You guys see that? Fear into the circle, baby. That's good. Fear into the circle. We did a lot of damage there. Oh, is it gonna give me credit for the honor though? Because I'm literally honor capped. Jar Cyclone's lame. Yeah, I know, it's pretty frustrating. It literally is not giving me credit for that because I'm honor capped. Are you kidding me? So what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just like waste my honor? I'm not gonna get any honor credit at all because I'm capped? That's kind of annoying. Yeah, so I have to go, I need to go spend some honor before I can even like get progress on that quest. And I also ran away from the starting of this quest, so I have to run back over here. I can start it here, right? Do you guys like that new mount? Do you guys see the new mount? The 40th anniversary. It's like a frosty bear. It's okay. I don't think it's that cool. I could see wanting it though if I was like a frost mage. I feel like it's a pretty cool kind of like ice theme mount if you had like a frost character. Frost spec. I low-key want to make a frost mage, but I've had people tell me they're not that fun to play. Has anyone played? Have you guys played a frost mage at all in Shadowlands? I think it would be kind of cool because you have the pet, right? So it'd be similar to Demo in a lot of ways. I think they'll be good base sitters for RBGs, but I don't know how boring they are. Like I know people were kind of giving Venruki not like a hard time, but they were kind of like making fun of. He did Torghast on his like frost mage, and he did the twisting corridors or something. I think it was twisting corridors, and it took him like 3 hours to finish one level as frost because like frost just doesn't do the damage. I mean, he got a buff today, so maybe it'll be. Oh, that was close. You can't hit the slimes, baby. Can't hit the slimes. There it is. Okay, we have one more there for Anima. Final thread. Frost Mage is boring in PvE. What about in PvP though? How is it in PvP? Like my rogue, so for example, like I've been playing my rogue a good amount actually. I played the warrior, got the warrior leveled up, played him and got him like geared, which took, you know, a good amount of games and things like that. And my warrior was really fun, but I definitely felt the reasons why Fury is weaker. When I played my rogue, did the same thing, geared him up, but I could go into RBGs being under geared and still be really, really impactful in the games because of just being a rogue, right? And like being able to steal bases and like 1v1 people and stuff. And I'm playing Assassination, right? So Assassination is not even the like meta for rogues right now. Might be after this patch, but that was already really fun. It just because rogue is so good at those kind of like base stealing situations. I could see enjoying Frost Mage if it's set up well to base sit and like play that role in RBGs. Because like I don't necessarily have to be playing something that's just dealing a ton of damage to enjoy playing it, you know what I mean? Hang on. Which one's Pat's? This one? Yeah, this one's Soothe. But so it's like I don't need to necessarily be like just dominating the team fight for it to be enjoyable for me. Like I really do enjoy playing a role and being able to like so if I'm flag carrying, that's fun. If you're base sitting and you're doing that really well, like when I played my hunter, like I would just base it and like it didn't really bug me at all. I enjoyed it because it's fun, right? You get games where you're the reason you win because of your ability to play that role well. And that's pretty, you know, enjoyable for me. So I could see playing Frost Mage and base sitting on a Frost Mage. I don't think is your team fight very good. I mean, you can spin flags. I guess you could screen. I don't know. That's probably the next alt, that and or a Mistweaver. Probably the two I have, two next alts. Having so much fun with fire and PvP. Yeah, I know a lot of people are playing fire. But you know, I have to pick the spec that is the least played. That's how it works. All right, let's wander over here. I don't remember what this quest is. I don't know if this gives us, I think it gives us a little bit of anima. I should have unlocked the treasure chest thing down here, but I didn't do it yet. And I don't think this weekly quest, the bet on yourself, I don't think that gives us anima either. I think it just gives us rep. Could be wrong. Most fun PvP spec for you is Shadow Priest. I've gotten wrecked a couple times by some Shadow Priests. Shadow Priests definitely, I feel like most Shadow Priests aren't very good. Most of them don't really know exactly what they should be doing to really maximize like their CC or their burst. But when you do go against a good Shadow Priest, they're pretty brutal to deal with. They definitely are strong in PvP. Mind Games just is such a I don't know, such a significant spell. It's definitely one of the most impactful Covenant abilities in the game. Like, period, regardless of what spec you are. Just across the board, it's so good. So I played twos with the Resto Shaman on this character is the majority of my twos games. And we've had plenty of games where he's gotten Mind Games and his Nature's Guardians procced. And it just insta kills him. You just can't do anything. It's like he has to like start literally talenting out of that ability or that talent because of how the meta is. Whirlwind with the pet maybe here, so I get the little ooze boy off me. It's only 35 anima. Pretty anticlimactic. Are there any other big ones to... Probably where I should go next. It's like three quests all right next to each other. It's kind of weird. It shows it like right here on the map, but it's over here. Oh, is it outside? Oh, that's so annoying. It's so annoying, dude. Why would it put the marker here if it's actually the flight path? We're close. We're like halfway there. I think if we do this, that's another 70. I don't know if that will get us enough. Between those though, that's enough. I can also go into upgrade, but I feel like arena skirmishes 1,000 honor. What do you get for each win though? Isn't it only like 25? It's gonna be like 30 skirmish wins, something like that. More than that, maybe. I feel like that's gonna take a while. I feel like it'd be faster just to do the quests. I don't really remember this quest. I'm guessing I just shoot stuff. Oh. Boom. 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 Look, see how OP Demo is, guys? It's quest is so easy as Demo. Range is not very far on this thing. Oh. Oh, I remember this. Then we gotta shoot this thing. Dude, 519,000 DPS. Super easy. You have to kill the champion. Do I have to go down the stairs or do you come up here? Oh. If I pop cooldowns, you're gonna be already dead. Kind of a funny transmog. Just got a stick boy. Okay, we want to go to Bastion. Oh, that's where it took me. Are you kidding me? If we can get an RBG. Warsong Scramble. Oh, this is actually kind of fun. I remember this. I remember Warsong Scramble. World Quest max item level increased. What did we unlock from Hemrir? Oh, we unlocked the actual potency row. 31, so we'll unlock this next week. This is 34 for many. I think this will be kind of fun. Sulfuric emission, where like you get dropped below 20%, it just fears everyone. Let's fly over to Bastion. I should probably grab these calling quests just in case they're like do stuff in Bastion. Have you guys stopped doing this like all this kind of like maintenance type stuff? I've stopped doing because I feel like there's not really any point to doing it. Like if I'm already exalted with Undying Army, and it's like I don't really need the gold. I don't really have a reason to get my other reps up for the other factions.
Go ahead. Take your pick. You have the
3 rare encounters in the Maw, huh? I need to finish doing this too. Still got the legendary to get. Still got our Maw rep to get. Got a lot of housekeeping stuff to do. But I'm real eager to test this out. So fly to Bastion. Okay, ultimate form. While channeling fleshcraft, you are immune to crowd control and you generate 2% of your health every 1 second. If you finish a full channel, you gain 4 seconds of crowd control immunity, during which you generate 2% health every 1 second. So between the two of those, that's 16% of our health, assuming you got a full channel off, plus the shield, plus the crowd control immunity. So it's going to be pretty close to the amount of health healed by Mortal Coil. Right, because it's going to be 16%. You're going to have 8 and 8, assuming you get a full channel, on top of getting the shield. So if you add the value of the shield, assuming there's no like dead mobs next to you, it's going to be 38%. 20% being a shield, 18% being healed. The big thing is honestly is going to be the whole silence thing, because I'm thinking like against a warlock, for example, right? Say you're playing against a warlock in arenas and you see them casting fear on you, you can basically just start casting it to negate the fear, not having to waste a trinket, right? Think of it as like similar to how how priests will shadow word death to like counter, you know, a CC. It's gonna work kind of the same, but it's gonna also have like a heal component. But it makes me think that it can be interrupted based on this tooltip, because usually it would say crowd control and silence, or like silences or interrupts or something. It would say some kind of flavor text to make a note about that, but it doesn't say anything about interrupts. In which case you could unending resolve into fleshcraft, but that would be like, there will be situations that will be a thing, because like, for example, say you're playing RBGs. I'm just trying to think about the scenario. So like I was doing it when I made the Destro video, where I sacrificed. What was that? I heard something outside. Where I sacrificed the Voidwalker, right? And then I was able to stack that with the HP trinket, and that was gonna be like the 75k HP. So think about if you're able to temporarily buff your HP that much, and this fleshcraft situation is gonna scale with that. So you're gonna basically be healing between the fleshcraft shield and the heal like 25k worth of damage. So if you unending resolve and do that, like say a DK like grips you in, right? DK grips you into a team fight.
The rivalry between Nina and Pelodius has spanned eons. I am certain they will have a use for you, in the spirit of competition, of course.
We don't loot these guys at all. It's a little weird. You find those gems. Thunderclap with the big follow. Hey, welcome, man. Thank you. I've been getting like a good amount of people following on Twitch, but I haven't been streaming on Twitch, which makes me wonder how people are finding my Twitch, because I haven't promoted my Twitch at all either. So are any of you guys mythic rating as Demonology? Any mythic raider demo locks? Defend. Kill these guys. Those should be pretty easy. What do you guys think I should do? So my plan was to get demonic synergy to rank 4, just so we have like one good legendary. But I also really want to make a Destro legendary for PvP. But that also makes me think, I'm like, well, I could also just use demonic synergy in PvP if it's like way higher eye level, rather than waste the soul ash or spend the soul ash. I'm so bad at this. Is there some way that you're supposed to know how to do this? I always just click them until it gives me credit. Wrong. Nice. Nice. Second time's a charm. Nice. So good at that game. Just doing Mythic Plus. Yeah, I feel like Mythic Plus is a pretty reasonable substitute for raiding. Like, you can still gear up just as fine. I honestly, the gearing in the raid is kind of demotivating for me, because it's like, if you PvP, there's not really, unless you're mythic like raiding and full clearing, there's not really any upgrades for you if you have pushed 1800 rating, right? Because the heroic gear is not even 220. It's a little weird. I'm surprised it didn't match the eye levels, because heroic is still 213. The shape of the other animals will show you the gap that's missing. I literally don't even know what that means. I've paid so little attention to that quest. I haven't even noticed like they're in a line or something and like one of them's out of whack or something like that, is what you're saying. I haven't noticed any kind of like formations or anything on that quest at all. I feel like raiding is just bragging rights. Yeah, that's a good way to phrase it. I mean, I enjoy the fights. I think it's fun content, but it's pretty hard for me to continue to like want to raid. Like, I don't mind going to the raid. Like, if the guys were like, hey, we're short people, can you come raid? It's not like I don't like the raid. But if there's not really any gear upgrades for me, it's not super incentivizing to go and spend 3 hours raiding. You know what I mean? I'm not getting any gear from it. So after I've cleared it 2 or 3 times and you've kind of done the fights, like, aside from just kind of occasionally going, if you want to kind of just do some PvE content or try out a new build or something like that, spec Destro and go try the boss fights as Destro. Like, aside from that, there's not like a whole lot of incentive for me to go raid. Like, I'd rather just like go and try an RBG and stuff. But I am excited for like the next raid tiers and stuff. I think they did a very good job with this raid. As far as just like how the encounters feel. There's a couple things that were wonky from a demo perspective, but... Oh yeah, I remember this quest. So we get the 3 fragments and then we go over to these things, right? Okay, one more mirror, then we need the last one. 3 more of those shards. I'm at 700 anima. I think this will put me up to 800. I still need to figure out I somehow accidentally like disabled my pet damage against minor minions. Oh, I didn't mean to hit that one. So against like the little minions, like in like maw rats, for example, like in Torghast, I don't see any damage numbers. Like my pet still does damage to them. I just don't see the numbers. I just gotta take his word for it, you know? Take his word for it that he's doing work. What's this thing? I don't think I need those anymore. I need these little guys. Gotta kill them before I can get there. What the hell? Where'd this guy come from? This is the thing I think where I fly up in the bookshelf, right? Doing a terrible job navigating. It's over here. Why are these markers so off? Like, why is the marker here when I need to go over here? That's so weird. It's like that in all of those.
My aid is yours.
I was gonna say, I think I have to fly, right? So probably have to go to Ardenweald. Can't reach that one. Probably have to go to Ardenweald after this, but then we'll do like 2 quests and be done, I think. Then we'll have ultimate form. Then we beat the game.
The error of their ways. I hope they have learned a valuable lesson this day.
810 anima. You know what? I think it's probably easier just to hearth. So that's 70, 95. I might have to do all 3 of those bad boys. I'm pretty sure that the treasure chest only gives like 15 anima or something. I think it's really like a really minuscule amount.
State your intent.
We could also, let's look for an RBG. I wonder if I can get in these groups on my rogue. This is one of my buddies in that group. All these guys say need lock, but I'm pretty sure they're only going to take affliction if they say that. 1600 to 1800 push. What's up, Christopher? I'm good. How are you? Just chillin'. All the fun weekly activities, you know? Reset day, baby. But we're close. We're 1 win. If we can get our daily win. If we can get our daily win, I need to go upgrade this trinket so I'm not honor capped. Then we'll unlock ultimate form. We should, I think. At least, hopefully. These always want us to get in Discord, so... Azerlon.
Yep, we have everybody.
I should have made a pit stop in Ouroboros to upgrade this trinket, get rid of our honor. But I think this is only going to be 250. Yeah, we'll be fine though. We'll be fine. I was thinking 150 conquest, and I was like, oh, I'm still going to be like 30 short. 40 short. Hopefully it's a nice little one and done. Should we go Destro this game? What do you guys want? What do you guys want to see, Destro or Demo? I don't know what these guys, if these guys might ask me to play Destro or Demo. I'm not sure. I'm guessing they're not going to ask me to play Demo, but
Yeah.
sounds brutal.
Yeah, just call out who you're gonna grab in and then asphyxiate, and then I'll try to stun off that.
Okay. If I can work with the rogue smoke bomb, we can win that fight real quick.
Demo forever.
I think it's
Okay,
an
we'll
easy
see
call,
if they
and you get a good stun off ball.
if they don't ask me to play Destro, we'll play Demo. Really weird. I don't know why that didn't give me a 220, but it's okay. We have plenty of honor. So this week, I think, so we'll be at 550. I can't remember. I thought I already kind of figured this out earlier. But I think I might have to buy the chess piece. This one. So I already have a 220 chess piece, but my current chess piece has 0 verse on it. And these are 213 bracers, so it'd be a 7 eye level upgrade on the bracers. I also have 1 ring that's 197, so this would be 23 eye level upgrade. But it's haste verse.
Let's fucking go.
So, and this is already haste
Can I have a
verse.
capture the flag map?
So, I don't know that it's worth. This is gonna be like not a big
you actually
upgrade. I already
play
have
the game?
boots. This is all 220. This I don't care about
Should be nice.
upgrading. Then I have bracers, but I think it'd be more worth it to get the chest. Is gonna actually give me more verse. Affliction win. Get out of here. Get out of here with that blasphemy.
If I'm gonna sit farm, I'll need someone to sit with me.
Isn't Destro kind of weak nowadays?
Farm?
Mines, whatever. Farm is where I sit, usually in AB. So
No. Destro just got a buff today. Shadow.
It's up to you. They have
5% buff today.
I'm not sure if they're going to be working together.
yep, 2 rogues and a boomy that can also stuff.
Ragnaros pre-made, huh?
I suggest maybe taking Joker, and then if the monk can peel back, if DH needs help sitting.
Yeah, I can do
Yeah,
that.
keep
follow
Joker
them.
with me.
Okay, so I'm going waterworks, right?
And Joker's gonna stay mine.
This is a pretty
If you guys see the rogues at Waterworks, just call it out.
this is a pretty meta comp that they're running. A lot of people are running double subtlety rogue, boomy, Aflock, and then like major shadow priest. And then like this is kind of like a whatever pick. But double rogue is pretty common right
They'll
now.
probably keep their
Like high rated teams. Didn't Destro get a 5% damage buff? Yeah, so Destro got a 5% aura buff, which means everything that they do is increased by 5%, which is pretty significant.
Main targets that.
So it's not on specific abilities or anything, it's literally across the board, just everything. And 5% damage buff is a lot. That's a very significant amount. Generally, those tuning changes are for
they actually don't
PvE
have
type stuff, like
bubble.
raid situations, to try and help make everyone a little more on the same level when it comes to parses and things like that.
Chilling back.
What's this guy doing?
Want to pull this priest?
double stun on both
Interesting.
of them. MS on
Interesting
Disc Priest.
strat. Should I just blow cooldowns on this guy?
Try and cleanse their power infusion.
AMZ on our healers. Oh no.
The rogues are not here, by the way. I don't see them.
Yep. I haven't seen him yet either.
They came this way, but
One's inside the house. Joker.
I kicked Convoke.
You sure?
It looked like it.
Do you need
I
me
don't
to
know if
build
you-
back?
We're gonna get the
We're
Disc
okay
Priest
now.
again.
Mines
MS
are
on the
okay.
Disc Priest?
Mage is coming to mines. The rogues are probably here too, still hanging back.
Were we focusing?
Yeah, we
priest-
need target calling.
Disc Priest.
it's Disc Priest.
Sapped.
MS on Disc Priest?
Stunning him.
His name is literally Disc Priest.
Still sapped.
We need
on,
CCs on the
retreat that.
healers in the back here too.
Incabbed him. Touch of death. He's dead, he's dead, he's dead.
We're gonna get Luminate Troll. Druid.
He's dead. Oh. You see it?
Yeah, I
Get
see.
them Marax. Get them Marax. Marax.
Left, waterworks.
MS on Marax.
Okay, kill this DH actually. Kill this DH actually, real quick.
One rogue
Turn on
is
the
here.
priest. Turn on the priest. The priest. The priest.
Marax,
the priest.
Marax.
Marax, go down here.
I didn't get my tyrant off.
Hearing everybody else.
Okay, clean them up. They don't have a healer here.
I'm on Rogue. I'm on Druid. Boomkin.
Kill this
Double.
DH in the back line.
Their Disc Priest is
DH
back.
dead.
Kill
Kill
this
the
priest.
pot.
What is spinning on me?
Pot's down.
Bro.
MS on Priest.
On Priest. Everyone. Disc Priest.
Getting on Druid.
Joker, I'm okay for now. If you want to go Lighthouse or Waterworks.
Finish this guy off.
CC that Hunter.
Yeah, please, you see the hunter. Or kill him.
He
whatever.
showed.
Got it.
Marax is
Come on,
back. I
Nice.
incabbed him.
Dead
Incabbed
bodies,
Marax.
you see 'em? Dead bodies.
Nice job on Waterworks.
Killed the hunter.
Get the mark flag.
I'm on fight.
Their priest is back here. Oh no, I don't want to overextend.
Come back, coach.
How's mines? Do you need me to come?
We're fine. I'm fine.
I'm gonna hover between.
Let's keep two at mines though. Keep one more there just because it's double rogue.
Yeah, you should probably be sitting in between.
I'll
Yeah,
hover.
Joe can come back if Waterworks is fine.
He's going back.
Waterworks right now.
I'm floating.
Water.
DK's floating.
Okay.
6 water.
We're gonna do the same thing we did last time. Like, rip in Disc Priest.
Yeah, we just need to focus and get target calls. That's all.
Okay, we're gonna bring in Disc Priest here in a second. Disc Priest is coming in the fight. 3, 2, 1.
Stunning him. Wait for him. Got all the cooldowns up.
How do they cap Waterworks with somebody there? Come on, guys.
How?
Oh,
Oh, I have no idea. Hearing?
I'm on Disc Priest again.
Keep calling out targets.
Disc priest.
Disc Priest. I'm bringing it out of that.
Stunning him.
There's 2 domes.
I'm gonna dome up our healers.
Nice, he's down.
Balrax.
Get on here.
Incabbed the druid. Nice.
Nice, good cap. On Druid.
Very nice.
Get that back.
Gonna kill him right here. Nice.
Kick the convoke.
Got bodies.
Get the druid, get the druid.
Stunning him.
Get this boomy over here. Okay, get the DH here.
Grab
The
bodies.
flag.
Start capping back as soon as you can.
They're grabbing their bodies, so try to grab him from him.
Nice, good job.
House mines.
There's one rogue at mines.
Do you need help?
Someone can float over here, yeah. Just in
I
case.
can float. I can float.
Yep. You just head straight to mines when you can. Just one person.
What's the best duo partner for 2v2? That's a good question. I think, generally speaking, I would say Holy Pally or Resto
There's
Shaman.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 come in waterworks.
Go back to Waterworks.
7, 8. Oh my god.
Yeah, they're
This
coming
priest
in here.
This priest is out of position alone. Never mind, they're catching up to him.
Joker, go for lighthouse.
Yeah, but Holy Pally or Resto Shaman, I think, are kind of our two best.
Make sure to
Most
stay on the
people
flag.
have been playing Holy Pally with Holy
Okay,
Pally and
we're gonna
twos.
pull in this mage first.
That's kind
Just
of, I
soft-
think,
soft
right
open,
now
soft
the most straightforward
Back again.
kind of like comp you could run. Most like meta, relatively speaking, right?
AMS on my Warlock.
Whoa.
He's capping, spin the flag, I got him. Oh my god. He almost did it again.
Stunning him.
Yeah, kill this guy. Kill
You
the
guys,
other.
are you
kill
guys
the other
noticing
bully.
that pet stun? That we're getting like a bunch of kills in that pet stun. It really throws people off. Like it's
Well, that's my fault at mines. Just a rogue there.
Disc priest.
You send one to mines.
Get the lock, get this lock.
keeps running like. If you run that way, he's like that warlock is not next to his healers at all.
Rogues are
Pain
at lighthouse. I'm moving back to mine.
Get this priest.
Spain suppression.
There's 3 at mines. 3 at mines.
Stun.
With their tank and healer.
People start peeling off.
There's more coming to mines. I'm peeling to mines.
I can stay waterworks.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my bad on that. When you get to mines, Merrick's the healer. Prio.
Must be getting killed back quick.
Dude.
What the
How
fuck?
are they capping? Guys.
Oh my god.
Pet stun, what the fuck?
Stay on Merrick's.
We got
American?
3 coming.
Dude, my
We got 3 at
pets are
Waterworks.
just Nova this whole time.
We're at Waterworks.
Okay, rest of Druid in the back.
Got it.
Dead dude. He literally poly me
Bro,
behind
how the
that.
fuck they get waterworks?
Because they got a block and like 6 of them came. Called it out.
That's so tilting, dude. He polyed me behind that little thing. I don't know if you guys saw. I got like stuck on the little box and he Nova'd my pet.
Just keep at it.
And I had no way to get out of the
back.
Nova.
You and our team fights.
And my Demon Bolt proc, my Demonic Core procs literally just faded. Like I would have been able to just to Demonic. I didn't have anything to hit him with. And I was too far for coil where he polyed
to get
me.
3 to win.
Like if I was a little bit closer, I could have just coiled right when I got out of poly. So that's pretty tilting because that guy did not plan any of that. And that's just how it happened. Like all of those things just happened at the like just terrible times. You know, he's not like, oh, I'm gonna poly him just out of range of his coil. Like there's no way that guy was planning all that. It's just frustrating.
Damn. Yeah, that was definitely my bad on mines. Put it in the wrong rotation when he had smoke bomb out.
Get this priest, Marex. Everybody on Marex.
I can't reach him from where I'm at. It's Iron Bark.
Okay, switch to the other priest.
Pulling priest in. What?
This priest.
Sorry, I was gonna bounce him out of the dome. My bad.
Honestly, I don't know that would have even mattered because we didn't win. That we let them cap initially. Like we're so far behind in
You
points.
got Rufa. Garufa can
Hey,
go
that's
down.
my MS. That's my MS.
Double stun on all the healers.
Yeah, I'm kind of tilted right now. I'm not playing the next one. You guys can continue it up. This shit was easy as fuck. I just pressed delete. So
Brutal.
You guys can keep using the Discord.
Regular will lead. Oh, good, everyone's
It's fine. Run it back. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, we did fine. It was didn't work for shit.
Well, it was tough when we captured, and then we had the team there, and then they somehow ninja fucking took Waterworld.
Wait, it was just me and the lock, and they brought like 5 or 6 people there.
Everything is negotiable.
I might be calling them and retry tomorrow. Ah.
Oh, good.
Wait, 8 points away from beating us today.
Good show. Everything is
Yeah, it's definitely rough.
Why do people get so tilted after one loss? Are you guys reforming? Or are you guys done?
I'll probably take a break and join another group later.
Okay. All right. GG. It's annoying. See, if we would have just done the world quests, we'll just go finish the world quests. Just trying to unlock this stupid ultimate form. Come on. It's just so hit or miss, man. Like in that situation too, they literally are like, I don't know why our whole team, like one rogue came to mines. I think there was only one because I think the other rogues were at Lighthouse, and our whole team left Waterworks. It's like, just leave like 2 or 3 people. Like I can spin, but I can't spin solo. That mage also got real lucky with how that played out. But that wasn't really even the problem. The problem was the Demon Hunter getting capped and us getting ninja capped with all of us there team fighting. And none of the melee or anyone trying to spin. Whatever. Shit happens with random groups. It's part of the YOLOs. Looking for TC. I mean, we did a good amount of damage there that game too. Honestly, though, the thing that's so like strong with Demo is I just feel like my control is so much better. Like I feel like I can just lock someone even if I'm not doing as much DPS in RBGs. It feels so strong because having your pet stun up constantly just is a lot of pressure. All right, we gotta join these randoms in Discord.
You're fine. As long as you're vocal, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like your CC, yeah, like CC. Cause so.
Oh yeah, you'll be fine. Just
because
talk.
Demo, I didn't even use Call Fellord that game. I don't run this enough. I always forget I have it if I pick it.
Which character are you?
I basically we have Call Fellord, right? And we have Grimoire Felguard, and we have our pet stun. And we have coil, right? So I can basically like chain all of those things together in like a kill window, generally multiple times in one fight. So like I can pet stun the priest, then I can coil after that, then I can like Grimoire Felguard after that. Like you can kind of chain all those things together, and it's a lot to mess with. And on top of, you also have the pet kick, right? That you would have if you were playing Affliction or whatever and you're running Fell Hunter. So you have that on top, so you can like stun into kick into stun. You just have a lot of control with healers and like really kind of pinning down a healer more so than the other specs do, I feel like. Because if you're Affliction, right, all you have is like your kick, you can coil, but that's it. And like you could fear or Shadow Fury, but like I have those as well. I just have the 30-second pet stun over and over and over again. And then you also have Grimoire Felguard if you're running that. So it's like a lot of times I'll do those two kind of like side by side. So like I'll focus target one healer, axe toss the healer, and then Grimoire Felguard the kill target, and like you kind of like double stun, and then you can like Shadow Fury off that. Like there's all kinds of stuff you can do. There's no point, I'm not gonna get credit for this because we're in the raid, but this doesn't pan out.
Okay. Yeah, you just gonna have to work with the keys, I guess. Like sometimes I call out for you and the rogue to split or peel and go for a node together. So, you know, I mean the rogue's vocal, so as long as you can hear what I'm saying for strat, that's important. But you know, sometimes we have you base set, so like
the way this guy's describing this stuff already is already kind of annoying me.
Your call incoming, you gotta be like, you know, you gotta make yourself known. But that's if we get like a third.
Callings on.
Okay.
I can call CCs, whatever.
I've never really thought about it like that. Actually seems pretty strong when you lay it out. So yeah, like basically what I was, the way we were like winning a lot of games when I was doing twos, what was working well is that I could basically like, I have focus macros set up. So this is a focus axe toss macro. This is a question mark right now, but this is a focus call Fell Hunter. So it's like a focus kick macro. And then I have a focus fear macro. So basically like in twos, for example, I can do this in RBGs too, right? So say we're killing like target A, I can set target B to my focus. So while I'm killing target A, I can axe toss, keep killing target A, then I can fear, keep killing target A, then he gets like, I could fear again off of that, or if I can't fear and he starts casting, I can kick, 6 second silence on that, and then I can keep going and I can fear again. And generally you can kind of like do that whole disruption, and then your stun comes back off cooldown very shortly after. Like, you really only need one other follow-up stun. So if you get like one poly or one, you know, mind control or some other kind of form of CC, one repentance, then you can kind of bridge the gap. So that's why I was having a lot of fun with Resto Shaman, because he would be able to hex out of my fear. So I'd go axe toss into fear, and then he would hex, and then basically my axe toss would be back up again, and then fear DR would be gone. So you can like almost just chain that process like indefinitely on someone. What the hell, dude? I hate when people do that shit, man. It's like, because it pulls me out of all my other queues I was in. Okay, I'm not gonna, if I get an invite, that's fine. I'm just gonna do these quests. I feel like it just takes longer to do that crap than it does to just do these quests already. So I usually just set up my own groups, because it's like, it takes, people are just like such idiots about so much of this stuff. Sounds pretty strong. Yeah, I can show you guys when we get in the next BG. That's like so that's why against like an Affliction Warlock, for example, you basically never lose the 1v1, because you can basically just kind of keep them from casting the whole time. So it's like you have different strengths, but you can just really pin people down a lot as Demo. Especially if you have all your cooldowns up. Like, it just, the other thing that's really strong too is you can axe toss while you're CC'd. So for like example, if you're base sitting and a rogue jumps you, you can axe toss the rogue while you're CC'd. If he sapped you or whatever, cheap shotted you, you can axe toss while you're CC'd. So being able to have so much of your actual crowd control value coming from your pet is actually pretty handy. And it's range. So if a situation happens and your pet gets nova'd or whatever, if you have axe toss up, you still have access to that crowd control. Does the axe toss ever cause your guard to swap prio when he axe tosses the focus? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. So like, can I do this? Set this as focus. Okay, so like, look, this guy right here, I have as my focus, okay? So I'm gonna send my pets on this. I'm gonna hit my focus macro. Did you see the thing fly over here? Now this guy's stunned, right? And he's still attacking this target. Then I can hit this, like I'm not changing target, and I can fear that mob, right? That makes sense. So he just flings his weapon at the target. He will have to be in range. So for example, if I sent, if say I'm killing this guy right here, right? And then say their healer is way over here, and this is too far of a gap for him to axe toss to, he'll like waddle over like this, and then he'll axe toss the healer, and then he'll run back over this way. So you have to be kind of aware. That's what I was saying like earlier in the stream, is like you have to be kind of aware where your pet is at, because managing kind of like your pet's movement is pretty significant for demo and playing it really effectively, which can be kind of like a little bit rough, but it's really rewarding when you pull it off, because you're able to do a lot of things that like the other specs can't really do that well. and it's just very strong. Like paired with like, there's just so much that you can do because basically, since you have a lot of damage coming from your pets, it allows you to basically be like fearing and doing like these utility things, and you're not losing that much damage because your pets are still doing damage. So it's like if you get imps and tyrants and all kinds of stuff out, and then you start like CCing a lot. Oh, I'm supposed to be clicking these giant mushrooms. And you start CCing a lot, you'll still be doing good damage because all your minions are just out doing a bunch of damage, right? But you're also still going to be putting out a bunch of CC. So it's very similar in that sense to like Affliction, where you spread all your dots and then you can kind of be doing a lot of utility type stuff and still having decent damage and decent uptime. You can axe toss while on a mount. Can you? I didn't know you could do that. Are you sure? Huh. I saw it fly to this guy, but it didn't stun him. I did not know you could. I didn't know you could axe toss while on the mount. That's pretty cool. Maybe it doesn't work because those guys are neutral. Maybe they have to be like angry mobs. I'll try it. Do you also do Mythic Plus runs? So no, short answer is I haven't been, because I just don't do Mythic Plus very much in general. Like that's not the content that I've been doing. I could see doing it here in the near future, but I haven't really, I've been mostly just focused on like trying to kind of like PvP and play some different alts and stuff like that. And since I haven't been particularly interested in Mythic Plus that much, it's just, I know if I try and do content that I'm not actually interested in doing, it's not going to be entertaining. It's like I have to like want to do it to really spend the time in to kind of do, I don't know. I feel like the way that I kind of am with this game in general is pretty analytical and like trying to kind of min-max stuff that usually isn't super min-maxable. And that's kind of like what I enjoy in this game. And if it's hard for me to do that if I'm not really genuinely interested in the content. And Mythic Plus is cool in its own way, but there's been a few really brutal affixes, and I just haven't spent a lot of time doing it. But I intend on. Usually I kind of wait until like part way through the season when kind of all the routes are kind of figured out and all that type of stuff, and that's usually kind of when I'll start trying to do some Mythic Plus stuff. But I have a bunch of people ask me. I know a lot of you guys are big on the Mythic Plus stuff. And I've gotten that request a good amount to do more Mythic Plus content. It's also one of those things, like I don't do it that much, so I'm not particularly good at it, you know? Like I'm much better at knowing what to do in PvP situations than I am in, you know, how to run various Mythic Plus dungeons. Do these pods have anima? We're so close, man. So close. I do want to try out Destro after the buffs in a BG here. This will have 90, so I need another, what was that sound? Another 85. I'm gonna have to do both of these quests because I'm gonna be like 5 short, like 10 short. Probably should go this way. I don't know my way around. I don't really do world quests anymore, so navigating Ardenweald. Lunar Light Pod. What does this do? I'm doing this wrong, I think. How the hell do I do this? Oh. Do I gotta just get them low? Dude, I hate these kinds of quests. Did I steal that guy's frog? Is this also kind of brutal with your pet because you'll do so much damage, like if you and your pet are both attacking it? Is this where you get the oh, if you go over here, you can like talk to these things if you're Night Fae and get these little creature things? I like the frog one. Have you guys seen the frog one? That's like a cat. The frog one's pretty cool looking. Little spirit frog boy. How many of these do I have now? 5? We need 10. We have 6. Fed to the craw. Where's the craw? What is that? Remember 3001 why I love Maldraxxus, easy to navigate. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I mean, I appreciate when they try to kind of like get creative with how zones feel and stuff. But I don't like where there's like a bunch of like up and down and climbing around a tree and trying to like figure all that crap out is not, there's not a lot of value added to that situation for me. Especially if it's going to be like world quest kind of content that you have to do pretty frequently. It's like, just make it easy for me to get around this place. But yeah, I agree. I like Maldraxxus. I think they did actually a really good job with, oh shoot, see, he's doing too much deeps. Gonna ninja this guy's. Do we get it? Do we ninja it from him? I think they did a good job with Maldraxxus though, because that was like the only that's the only theme of Zone, really, in my opinion, that was like something so similar to like the past, right? Like the undead ziggurat kind of theme, that undead theme was something that they had already done. So where's Craw? Is it up here? Do I have to walk up these little tree ramp things? But I was saying is like that was the only theme that they kind of had already done. So I had pretty low expectations. I'm like, oh, they're gonna just make it look like Eastern Plaguelands. Like it's just gonna be kind of like a, you know, like a redone Eastern Plaguelands. And I don't know. I think they. Why isn't it letting me throw this thing at him? Oh, so annoying. But yeah, they did a good job because it doesn't feel like redone content. It feels very unique. I was actually like very pleasantly surprised with how Maldraxxus turned out in general. 985 out of 1,000. These lunar light pods are usually not too bad, but like, so you have to find these things around it. Like, here's 1, 2. Two, 3. Need 5 of them. Is it over here? I don't see it. Oh, here's one. So we literally just need one more. These are all activated, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's done. I'm like, that's all of them. Hey, there it is, baby. All right. It's time. You know what that means? We're going to queue up for a BG. By the time the queue pops, we'll have all of it done. Boom. Becoming a hero. There it is. There it is. Okay, I'll run this to see. Let me see. There might be someone outside we can duel. Have them tell me, see if they can interrupt. Ding, I know exactly. Yeah, big ding. I should ask this guy if he would try to interrupt me. Dude. He says he couldn't kick it. What? Is that really how this works? I don't know if this guy's trolling me or if that's how it actually works. If that's how it actually works, that's actually kind of insane. Because think about that. Hold on, I don't want to get my hopes up. Hold on, let me find someone else. Volpira Shaman. I assumed it could be kicked. Yeah, so did I. I wasn't able to like tell quick enough with that cast. Usually like if stuff's like not kickable, it has like a little shield icon or something. And I didn't see anything. But I also don't know if that ever shows up for me, like for any of my my own spells. Let's ask this guy. Hey. I think this guy's AFK. Okay, let's see here. This guy's gonna try and wind shear me. Oh! That rogue lied to us. I got so excited for a second there. That guy just got delicious for beating me. Damn. Damn. Ah, so close. I knew I couldn't trust a rogue. I knew it. So that's still, I'm trying to think about how you would be able to use this. I mean, I think this BG's gonna pop soon. So if you pair this with Unending Resolve, right? And assume you channel it for the full duration, you're basically gonna be wasting the first half of Unending Resolve's silence immunity. But very commonly what happens, for example, say I'm playing against a rogue or a warrior, right? If I cast Unending Resolve and try to like hard cast something into their face, they will interrupt with like a Stormbolt or Fear or War Stomp or Kidney Shot or whatever it may be, right? They use all these other things to CC me, right? They're not interrupting me, but they're CCing me. So if we Unending Resolve Fleshcraft one, we're going to be taking like no damage and healing ourselves because we're going to be casting Fleshcraft and we're going to have to heal. But during the last 4 seconds of your Unending Resolve, you basically have a guaranteed spell cast, assuming that they don't just run away. And like I was saying earlier too, like, I think it will be kind of significant against, like, if a pally rebukes you, for example, I think it's like a 15-second cooldown for their kick. You could cast Fleshcraft immediately after that, and they can't hodge you at all during that time. So if you know their hodge is off cooldown, you can do it. It's going to like give you some defensives, and basically it's going to give you 8 seconds where you can't be hodged. And if they use their hodge into that, they're going to waste it. So if a class already has their kick down, like in 1v1 situations, you can basically use it to like guarantee getting a cast off. Q should pop like any second. Demonic teleport behind a pillar. Yeah, I mean, you definitely could, because it's twofold, right? So part of it is the immunity beforehand, which is going to allow you to basically gain value from the shield and the health and not get stunned. So when you know, basically you'll be wanting to use this when you know the other team doesn't have kicks, or if they do have kicks up, in situations where you would cast Unending Resolve, and maybe before you would cast Unending Resolve and like run away, you could Unending Resolve in Fleshcraft, where you're basically immune to all the stuns and other CCs that they would be doing during that window, potentially to like try and disrupt you, mitigating a ton of damage, healing yourself, and giving yourself a 4-second CC immunity coming out of Unending Resolve. Is Unending Resolve on the GCD? No, it's not. So you could even macro those together. So see, I finished that, and then this 4 seconds, I have Ultimate Form, CC immunity, and I have Unending Resolve. Oh, great. I just used those both right before we get in the BG. It'll be interesting, man. I mean, I could see that being actually pretty I mean, I don't know how many affliction locks there are, but as I say, I could see it being a pretty decent defensive cooldown. I mean, the other thing too, right? If you're playing, say you're playing with a paladin, right? Paladin has aura mastery. They have ways to help prevent you from getting kicked. They do have aura mastery. I think aura mastery is actually only a 2-minute cooldown too. So say you're playing twos with a pally, like there might be some real good synergies with this ability outside of our own kit. The other thing that I think this is going to be really unique with, like, I'm all of these examples I'm saying are like me kind of in my mind thinking about like melee training me and trying to survive those situations. But think about situations where you are able to like foresee a CC coming from range. So like a cyclone or a polymorph or a fear, right? All of those things, which happen pretty often. Like it's pretty easy, and you're in a twos and there's a balance druid and you guys are next to each other and you see him start casting cyclone. Like, you know, he's casting cyclone on you. Imagine if you could just channel your Fleshcraft. You waste his time by doing that. You're giving yourself a shield, so you're basically just creating this, you know, foreseeable shield they're gonna have to break through, and then they can't poly you for 8 seconds. I mean, they can't clone you. They can't do whatever it is they're trying to do. They can't do it for 8 seconds, you know, for 4 seconds after that channel and 4 seconds during that channel. Meanwhile, you're healing and shielding at the same time. I mean, that's the situation that I think it's going to actually have some viability. I saw a clip, like, I think this was beta, and it was Soda Poppin', and he was, like, playing, I think he's playing Resto Druid or something, and he was able to see, like, a fear coming on him, and he just started casting the Fleshcraft to, like, negate the fear, and they couldn't CC him. It was pretty strong. I'm going to get killed here, I think. Oh, I literally just clicked the Fleshcraft too. If I had Unending Resolve right there, we would have done it. I hit my fleshcraft literally right before that leg sweep went off, but it was a little too slow. Too slow. It was probably a bad idea to run into that whole pack by myself. I was running a build with Inner Demon's talent and some demon popped up that was top of my DPS, even bigger than my Felguard. I don't know the list of the demons, but I do know you can get, I think it's called Urzel, which is like it's like the mount from like a couple raid tiers ago. That's a thing. You also can get, I think Prince Malzahar, is that how you say it? I think is also part of the group that you can potentially be getting. And those demons are very, very impactful. So to put it in perspective, that's something a lot of people don't know, is that you can actually get those demons and they have as much health as your Grimoire Felguard. The only downside is that there's like RNG associated with it, right? So look, coil right there on this guy. We missed the Shadow Fury, it's okay. We can do the pet stun. So there's a Hodge there. So if I pet stun out of this, it'll be DR'd. That's okay, we're gonna kill him anyway. But so you can even run Inner Demons with Demonic Consumption, because if you do get those procs where you get the really big demons and you're aware of that, they actually have as much health as your Felguard. Like they'll have 25-30,000 health. Like they are very, very chunky. So like pet stun here while I'm casting demonic strength, I could have coiled out of that as well and just like kept him held in place basically for that whole time. Iguldan Hellhounds. Yeah, the Demon Prince is big. Urzul, or however you say it, is big. The Demon Eyes are not very big. Like they don't have a lot of health and they don't do a ton of damage. I don't believe, at least the couple times I've seen them. I also don't run Inner Demons a lot. I've run it some, but I haven't run it nearly enough to be able to tell you for certain, like, yeah, here's like the really strong ones. But I do know you can get procs of the random demons and they can be like legitimately very strong minions. It's just kind of like RNG. In like a raid environment, a PvE situation, these two are supposed to sim basically the same. One's just a 2-minute cooldown and one's like consistency. But the reason everyone's running Grimoire Felguard is because the meta for us right now to do as much damage as possible is stacking so much health with our Tyrant. And so therefore you want to have like the planning aspect as part of your, you know, part of your arsenal. Okay, let's see if this warrior goes me. Well, we're gonna try the ultimate form. Kick the. See, like right there, I could have. Okay, I'm gonna pet stun the monk. Watch, I'm gonna coil him out of this. Like this monk hasn't done anything for that whole 7 seconds, right? So being able to chain those CCs, the pet stun is a very undervalued CC. The other thing that's very, very good about the pet stun, that I kind of alluded to this earlier, but the thing that's insane with it is that since it's CC that's coming from your pet, it allows you to do it while your player is doing other stuff. So I've had a lot of games, like I can actually go up in 1v1 against like a rogue or whatever and sap cap basically them, because I can run up, like in this situation, pretend this is a flag, right? I can fear this guy and I can start capping. If I do that immediately, I can actually cap in that full fear. So he has to trinket that fear. Then if he trinkets that fear, watch, we're gonna unending resolve fleshcraft. Oh yeah, baby, what are you guys gonna do, huh? Just gonna kill me. So they can kick you after ultimate form. Damn, dude, I really wish that made us immune to silences as well. But what I was gonna say, so you can run up and fear. They're gonna be feared for whatever that is, 7 seconds. If you start capping immediately, they have to trinket that or you're gonna get that cap. So they'll usually trinket that fear. Then when they run back at you, you can coil and start capping again. And then right before your coil ends, you can pet stun. And it doesn't interrupt your flag cap. So you still are channeling the cap on the flag, and since the stun is coming from your pet, it's not an ability casted by you. So you can fear, they trinket, and then you can coil, start capping, pet stun, and get the cap. And it's like guaranteed, unless it's like a paladin that can bubble or something. In which case you can basically like try to bait out, you know, bait out their bubble or whatever, and then like run away, wait for the fear DR to come back up, and then just do it again. It's very strong, and people don't expect that at all. Like, people are not thinking like, oh, this Demo Warlock's gonna come up and be able to cap on me if I don't have a trinket. Like, that's not something people are expecting at all. And it's very, very, very strong combo. I'm gonna pet stun here. Handle Gul'dan. Oh, we're just gonna kill him in the pet stun. Are you using classic FCT? I don't know what FCT means for. I'm using classic numbers. Is that what you mean? My like combat text? Yeah, I'm using classic numbers. Yeah, and I turned down the number size a little bit. It was like a little too much for me. Like as Demo, there's so many like little numbers flying all over the place because of your pets and stuff, and it was like the numbers were taking up like my whole screen. Oh, perfection. 1500 to 0. Floating combat text. Oh yeah. I am using classic. It's called classic numbers is the name of the add-on. Classic numbers. Well, this is a little disappointing, guys. I'll have to think about this and think about what scenarios this is really going to have a lot of value in. There is going to be instances where this is going to be good, but I do think I'm thinking it's going to end up being more towards classes that are trying to like CCS from range, like basically preventing clones and preventing polys and preventing fears. I mean, the only downside is like preventing clones. Balanced druids can still technically like beam, like solar beam us as an interrupt to cancel fleshcraft. So that might be a thing sometimes. Generally, they're going to try and do that on the healer. But I'll have to think about that. Should we do 1BG real quick as Destro? I'm actually going to hop off here. I had a super long day. I've been up since like 4 this morning. I got up super early unintentionally. Let's go ahead and try out Destro though with the buffs. See how Destro feels. And then we'll call it a day. Pretty quick stream. Couple hours, 2.5 hours. Not too quick. So let's talk about some of these other soulbinds for Necro while we wait in this queue. I actually am pretty eager. So I don't know if you guys how many of you guys are Necro or not. This is actually a really fun soulbind. What do you guys call these? What's the term? Like, if I'm talking about this is the soulbind, right? The whole thing is considered the soulbind. What are these like individual traits? Are they called soulbind traits? Like, what the hell do I call these? Because I keep like not knowing what word to use to describe this. These are for conduits. What's this? What do I call it? But this soulbind trait is really fun in PvP. No, conduits are these. These are conduits. Conduits are these things. I mean, these things. Are these also called conduits? Traits is probably a good word. Okay. All right, we're going to go with traits. This trait is really fun in PvP. I think this also has some viability. It's not a lot of mitigation, but 3% armor is worth it, especially if you have like demon armor, right? You're kind of like stacking armor a little bit. You're pretty tanky. But this Haramir's Arsenal, I think, is actually going to scale really good with Destro. Because if you think about this, when this procs, this is going to increase your Chaos Bolt's damage by 18%. And your Chaos Bolts are always guaranteed critting, so I think you're going to be able to maintain uptime on this pretty well. Soulbind trait. Okay, we're going to call it trait. Dipply Daps. We could call them Dipply Daps. That's also a good word. People will for sure know what I'm talking about. Curious about Destro and BGs. Yeah, well, we'll see. I've been having a lot of fun with Destro and BGs, actually. I'm still real rusty on Destro. I haven't played it very much at all this expansion, but I think this could be very, very good. And so, like I was saying in the little like guide video I did, for example, if I'm Destro, I can throw like Ashen Remains in here, right? This, I would actually do this because I don't really care for Fell Celerity, and Shade of Terror is actually really good. And this, I think I would probably go that. And then I'd probably do this. We'll try this out. I think this is actually going to be a pretty good tree, because this is pretty good. Dealing damage or healing a target below 35% grants you 35% increased move speed for 5 seconds. This at surface level doesn't sound very good, but think about this in PvP. You get someone low and you can burst them and they start trying to line of sight you, and you get like a movement speed buff to catch them. So this I could see actually being a really good trait in PvP, because our biggest counter as a caster generally, like with securing kills, is being line of sighted. And this basically is going to give you like a move speed bonus. 35% is a lot of move speed during like an execute window situation. So this is actually, for PvP specifically, I think a very, very good potency conduit pairing, because this has a lot of actual really useful viability. The other thing is that I'm curious if this would proc, if like demon skin would basically count as a heal below 35%. So if we drop below 35%, we like coil or we healthstone, do we just get like a movement speed buff? Because if that's the case with the amount of self-healing we have, this might have just really high uptime all the time. So I'm real eager to try this one out too. This is one I think is actually going to be like, people are not thinking this is going to be very good. I actually think this is going to be a really, really, really strong potency conduit setup. And then this is, I think, going to be very, very good. I think this is going to be better with Destro though. I'm curious to see the interaction with this with Demo, because does this mean like if our pets crit, we're going to get stacks of this? Because if that's the case, we'll be able to proc this really on in the fight, which means potentially when we're doing like our tyrant setups, you would be able, this would be really hard. I don't know how easy this would be to pair or not, but like say you're running Wilfrids, you could potentially have this buff up during your tyrant windows in some capacity. And if you're able to reliably line that up over and over again, that would be pretty significant. This is kind of crap. This would be good for like open world stuff or whatever. But surprisingly, like this is kind of the tanky setup. And these are, I think, like actually pretty good PvP DPS. Dibbly daps. But we'll have to see. We'll have these next week. So thankfully, these ones I'm not very excited about. These are like kind of more Mythic Plus type stuff. Like this is like, I could see being good Mythic Plus, but this is going to require you to chain pull a lot. This could have some use in PvP. I think could be actually pretty fun too, paired with finesse. So like if you don't want to run double endurance, but you want to run, like you're fine running double finesse, this could be a pretty good defensive trait. And then if you're fine running double endurance, you get access to this. And if you want to run double potency, you have move speed. So we have kind of like 3 options that are all viable. The only downside with the many is that the value on this is not very good if you're not grouped. So like it would have value in RBGs, but it really doesn't have very much value in my opinion in like arena and normal one-on-ones, because the big value is if you're in a group with people, right? And this is continuing getting decimating bolt off. If you don't get decimating bolt off, you're getting no value from this. So that's why I like this a lot more, because it's just passive all the time. And this is good. This is whatever. I'm curious how much this does. I don't think, I mean, I could see this obviously being very good for tanks because just like, you know, reflect damage. I'd be curious to see how much damage this actually would do over like the course of a BG or something though. We'll have to test it out one of these days. And these are like whatever. And then I actually don't mind the double endurance. I think this is okay. I could also see running the health stone one here too. I wish we had like 2 more endurance things and like 2 more finesse things. I wish we had a little bit more options here. I don't like how it's like, these are pretty one-dimensional. You're saying it's a succulent dipply dap. Yep, exactly. Trade is broken in PvP. Are you talking about this? People kept trying to kill you. It was funny because it would happen to me too. Like the first day this came out, I remember I was messing with this in BGs, and I would die, and people would just keep attacking. They just kept attacking me, and you know they're like, "What the hell, dude? He's not dying. He's not like for 10 seconds." And the thing that's cool, this is like a weirder interaction with Demo because of the pets, but like you can still use your pets and stuff. This is a more valuable thing if you're not running pets, in my opinion, because you can still basically free cast and you can still basically like crowd control during that time. Okay, so we'll run this setup. I'm gonna run not this. I'll run Nether Ward. I'm really bad at using Nether Ward, but let's join this. Oh, nice. Yes. Silver Shard Mines. I love Silver Shard Mines. Let's see. You think we can get like an insta kill off the bat? Okay, I'm going to run Summon Voidwalker as well. I've had games where the buff from this, like if I sacrifice my Voidwalker, when the game starts, I like lose the buff in RBGs. Is that like a normal thing? I never really play Destro very much, so I'm not sure. Okay, so pretty straightforward. This should be good. I haven't messed with this yet with Destro, but I think this will actually be really strong. I didn't want to like spend these little point things, but it's fine. I do think this will be kind of like a go-to that I run for Destro. I really want to try this. So overall reviews on Ultimate Form is it's a little bit anticlimactic. I could see that being a pretty strong diddly dap for melee classes though. If you don't run the risk of getting silenced, right? Like if getting kicked on shadow is not going to lock you out of spell schools, there's some value to it. Even still though, because like every class has a silence, and like if say you're a warrior, not very many Necrolord warriors, but if you were a warrior, for example, like people presumably would still have a kick up against you and they could kick it right away. So it's going to be hard to get value. You have to really try and pair it with like Aura Mastery or like Unending Resolve, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it didn't, you know, I don't know. We'll have to try it more. I don't want to discredit it yet too much, right? Okay. I'm I'm gonna go straight into this AMS. I don't even care. AMS, more like AM nah. You know what I'm saying? Oh my god, I just tank so tanky, dude. Oh, it's bubble. Okay, here we go. I'm feeling good on this one. 16k. Oh my gosh, I just got root beamed. Okay, big double chaos bolts right here. Right here. One more. Bringing it all the way from downtown, baby. Nice, okay, we got water too. So how did that one chaos bolt hit for 2,000 and the other one hits for 16,000? Like, what? Our Infernal does a ton of damage on those team fights. Really appreciate your adoption of Dipply Dap. Okay, here we go. Okay, Mistweaver. This is like the first Mistweaver I think I've ever seen in Shadowlands. Okay, watch this big double chaos bolt on the Mistweaver. Is he even going to be ready for it? I don't even think he sees it coming. Oh my gosh, 12k to the face. Another 12k, and he is a goner. Grim Totem. Okay, I'm going to fear juggle you. Come here. Come here, let me test this conduit out. I'm going to, here, let me test it on this guy. Oh. Okay, I guess we'll just waddle over to lava. I have Dark Soul or whatever it's called back up. Okay, we'll go big double chaos bolties. Double chaos bolties. Oh my gosh, that guy's like not even releasing. He's like, what the hell just happened to my face? I don't even know, man. That's got to be one of the most satisfying things in like WoW, when you kill someone and they don't release. Oh wow, that was pretty significant. I flagged into that fear and it didn't break the fear. Pretty impressive, dude. It's pretty impressive. I didn't think it would. Oh, trinketing that. Okay. Double chaos bolt to the dome. Couldn't even get it off. Punch. Like a poncho. Okay. Oh. He's a Necrolord, buddy. See that? Did he kick me? Can he kick during that? Fear? Oh, it missed. Okay, I'm just gonna switch over here to this guy. I don't have enough for double chaos bolt, but just one. It's gonna be enough anyway. I'm gonna run. So I still have my big HP trinket, and I still have my big... What's this called? Shadow Bulwark. One thing, I mean, I guess it's not like bad or good really, but one thing that if you're running this ultimate form, you basically end up holding your fleshcraft, right? Whereas if I'm playing not that, I can run. Okay, so watch this. Let's try and fear. Is he gonna kick that? He is gonna kick that. Okay, I'm gonna immolate in his face. Then I'm gonna fear. Okay, then I'm gonna coil. Oh my gosh. No, he's dead. He's still gonna kill me. Okay, big HP boost. Big HP boost. See, if I was good at Destro, I would have used my little nether shield thing. Who the hell is killing me? Okay, I'm still gonna get this guy. This priest trying to heal me. Big 4K chaos bolt from the grave, dude. That was from the grave. That was a zombie chaos bolt. But I could see, like, it's kind of cool because the thing that I really do like about Bonesmith, this setup, is this doesn't have like any kind of cooldown, right? So if you're running pod has like a 6-minute cooldown or something. And pod at this point is kind of like not that good in my opinion because people know now, so people just kill it most of the time. When it first happened, people couldn't target it, so you would survive situations you otherwise wouldn't because people just weren't killing the pod. But now I feel like people are so aware of the pod that they kill it. Whereas like this is just basically an extra free 10 seconds that you would get in team fight situations. And I really think the value is going to be like if you were doing this with like RBGs, for example, if these other lead apps end up being good, the ones down below, in RBGs, if you were to get killed, you still have like 10 seconds of utility. So like you could be like casting Shadow Fury during that time or doing all kinds of like other stuff. Oh, this is gonna be huge. Oh my god, of course they run away. I didn't even immolate this guy. We're just gonna try and blow him up anyway. Oh my gosh, 17k. Big, this is big chaos bolt right here. Big chaos bolt on the pally. 16k, he's dead. Okay, I'm gonna havoc this guy. Watch him, we're gonna coil, the double coil. Flip it both ways. He's out of here. Dude, big 12k without even any buffs up. I'm at 6k DPS. 6k DPS in this BG, are you joking me? My Inferno just doing work. Holy shit, man. Holy shit, man. 10 killing blows. Is Destro new meta? How mad would you guys be if I just turned into a Destro main? Destro main. Get it? Like the lettuce? Just kidding. Necrotic Bolt drops or buffs Incinerate in Destro, not Chaos. Yeah, Decimating Bolt, you mean? Yeah, Decimating Bolt buffs the next 3. I can show you guys on the target dummy. It buffs the next 3 Incinerates by 100%. This is actually pretty good. This is one thing that is going to take me a little while getting used to is Havoc, because Destro has really, really unique. Let me mute the music. It's kind of like distracting my train of thought. Destro has really unique synergies with the fact that they have Havoc, and it's very unique to specifically Destro. So it's like a skill that's not going to carry over if you play Affliction or Demonology, because it's kind of like a very unique setup itself. But you can Havoc Coil, you can Havoc Decimating Bolt, and you can Havoc, obviously, Incinerates. So what you can end up doing is setting up these double Decimating Bolt situations, and then so like if I Havoc this guy, I'll immolate this guy, they'll both get it. My normal Incinerate, you see, is hitting for 1700, right? And then it's hitting this one for less. My thing is critting. What was that? Yeah, so what is that transfer? Like 1000, 1700. What'll happen is if I do Decimating Bolt, my next 3 Incinerates will hit for like 3500, 4k-ish. And the Havoc replication also scales with that bonus damage. that make sense? So if I Havoc, for example, how long does Havoc last? 12 seconds. 2, 4. I should be able to do this combo. So in a situation, there's 2 guys running up here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to Havoc this guy, Immolate, Coil, Decimating Bolt, and then Incinerate off of that. Ideally, we want to conflag before that to get the fast casts. But so like I'll target this guy, Immolate, Coil, Decimating Bolt, and then I can like conflag that and then Incinerate. You see that? Like my Incinerate hit for like 6,900. You see how hard that hit? It actually makes your Incinerate do a lot of damage, like a deceivingly high amount of damage. So if you pair this is actually really strong. Like when you have your Dark Soul up, you have 30% increased crit chance. So if you dump your shards into a couple Chaos Bolts, if you have the Decimating Bolt bonus, those 3 Incinerates that are, utilizing the Decimating Bolt bonus will have a 30% increased crit chance if you're trying to like regain shards during that window. So it's really, really strong. What happens is people are ready to try to counter your Chaos Bolts. They're not ready to counter your Incinerates. They're not thinking like your Incinerate is going to do 8,000 damage, right? Which like when I have like Blood Fury and like stuff procced, I've had Incinerates crit for like 8k. So look, we have it back up again. So yeah, I'm not going to use, let me like build up shards first and like not be trying to do that. But so like, look, I can do this. I'll coil, double coil. Then I'm going to Decimating Bolt. It's going to double Decimating Bolt, both of them. And then I can like do this big Havoc. This big Incinerate burst, right? Obviously there I have a bunch of shards. I'm already like overcapped on shards, but you get the idea. Like you could like Rain of Fire, dump the shards and then, get creative with it. But point being is that you can Havoc Coil, you can Havoc Decimating Bolt. So like if you run this setup, you basically you're not getting quite double value from this because your Havoc transfer default is 60%, and then you can run the conduit. What does it make it, like another 14%, I think? Duplicitous Harvest, yeah, 14%. So if you run like this, and then you run like the improved this Fatal Decimation, you're gaining value, like you're kind of multiplying that value a little bit. And then if you also have the Conflag Legendary, when you have your Havoc up, you can Conflag, and you get like that Conflag damage. If you have 3 Conflags, like you have a lot of like cleave burst you can do on multiple targets, which can be really, really strong in just like against like double melee. Like it's pretty common if teams have like a warrior and a windwalker or whatever. Like you can basically be cleaving the crap out of their front line and just doing a ton of damage that they're not ready for. And you can basically do that on all of your shard generating abilities. You want to run Focused Chaos, so your Chaos Bolt's not going to cleave. So you ideally want to like dump your Chaos Bolts and then Havoc and then like Incinerate and Conflag, and that's all going to cleave and just do a ton of cleave damage while you're generating all your shards back up. Gives you constant burst. Yeah, it does. It gives you, it's a little bit deceiving because Decimating Bolt's a pretty tough cast to get off, but it's not necessarily tougher than Chaos Bolt. But the thing that it adds value wise is that Decimating Bolt is shadow, so you can cast this as like a preemptive punish if they don't kick the Decimating Bolt whenever you get around this buff. Yeah, so again, like I'll show you like Havoc into Decimating Bolt. You can see it did. I got 8 hits there. On the off target, yeah, I was hitting for around 450. Do you see that? The minimums were the Havoc. So I was hitting for 450 per bolt times 4, assuming none of them crit. And then they were hitting for 900. They're hitting for 750 non-crits on the main target. That's without Fatal Decimation Conduit. I'm not running this. So if you run this, this is 70% bonus damage. It actually makes it pretty significant. But what I was going to say is you can basically bait out kicks and you hard cast Decimating Bolt. If they kick this is on Shadow. So rather than you trying to bait out kicks with Fears, you can bait out kicks with Decimating Bolt. If they kick this, then you can free cast Immolate, Incinerate, or Chaos Bolt. If they don't kick this, then whenever you do get around to casting Incinerate, your 3 Incinerates are going to be buffed, because when you get this off, Decimating Bolt buff up here has no timer. It lasts until this comes off cooldown. So once this is off cooldown, that buff will disappear. So you basically have a 45-second window now to utilize these stacks. If you don't utilize them, it's not a big deal. Decimating Bolt still by itself, you see, does 4,000 damage. It still does a lot of damage. That was not critting, or sorry, 3,000 damage. 900 of that was Grimoire. Also, Channel Demon Fire is really good. I know some people like that, but the only thing is, like, this is so forecasted. Like, I feel like I already get kicked a lot as it is, and I feel like if I run this, people are just gonna like, oh, he's channeling, kick him. You know what I mean? I like this a lot. This is a fun ability, but in PvP, I feel like this is just asking to get kicked. And I think this is Demon Fire, so I don't know actually if this locks you out of Chaos Bolt or not. Wish Decimating Bolt was a shorter cast time. I do too, because it's not super strong by itself as an ability. I wish this was a half a second shorter. If this was a half a second shorter, it would feel a lot better. And I don't think it would be OP. Like, I don't think it's like they reduce Decimating Bolt cast time by a half second and everyone rolls Necrolord. I don't think that's what would happen. Because the actual Decimating Bolt itself isn't really what's strong. It's having this buff up and playing around the buff depending on which spec you're playing. But yeah, it's definitely something that is pretty interesting and unique, is being able to Havoc can flag. Yeah, big 7k incinerates off that. I don't know, man. We'll see. I do intend on playing Destro a little bit more, as I think it's a good spec right now. I think this buff helped it. It's always been good because of just like the bursty playstyle and the multiple spell schools. Very different playstyle from Demo, but I do think this is a pretty fun alternative. And I think the buffs put it in a good spot. I think it'll be very competitive if you want to push rating and you're wanting to play with like a bursty fire mage setup, or like an Ellie Shaman. This has a lot of really good synergy. There's like any of those setups that you're trying to get like kind of one big cast off to do a lot of damage. Destro plays well. I don't know. I find it pretty fun. And I also like the fact that I can run Grimoire Sacrifice and not have to worry about a pet and still be playing Warlock, and like can kind of play a setup where like I'm a little more like mage-y and not have to worry about like micromanaging a pet or my pet dying to cleave and stuff like that. I really do like even if technically Roaring Blaze does more damage, I like not having a pet and like getting damage from it, like not having to worry about my pet. Like, let me just focus on myself, take my pet, get my pet out of this picture. Demon Fire isn't good in PvE. Yeah, in PvE, Demon Fire I think is our top simming like thing. Channel Demon Fire with Cataclysm is really, really cool. I don't have this bound to anything, but this requires your Immolate to be on a target. So in like Mythic Plus, you can cast this and then you can hit Channel Demon Fire. And if you have like 6 mobs, you're just Channel Demon Fire spreads, and you just have like so much kind of consistent AoE every like 30 seconds. You have these really, really fun, satisfying little bursts with Channel Demon Fire and Cataclysm. I really like this playstyle a lot. Most people will run Reign of Chaos and like Inferno and not run Cataclysm in this row and try and do like a big like Reign of Fire thing, which is a really strong setup, but is like all around your Infernal for these big AoEs, which is like a 3-minute cooldown. But you can go this setup with Channel Demon Fire and Cataclysm, and basically like every 30 seconds you can be doing this like really chunky AoE cleave. It's pretty fun for Mythic Plus. I actually really like this Cataclysm Channel Demon Fire more than I like the like Inferno setup. this feels good, but it's also like you need the packs to live for basically the entire duration of your Infernal to really feel like you're getting the value out of all that. You know what I mean? Why didn't Blizzard do anything with Demonology? I feel like it has some useless talents for PvE and PvE. PvE and PvP. Yeah, they I'm pretty sure will probably do a pretty big revamp to like Demonology Warlock, BM Hunter. Like both of those specs were pretty untouched going into Shadowlands compared to BFA. And usually it's just like they kind of run out of resources to do it before the expansion. But it's one of those things like after enough time passes and they haven't messed with it for a while, they generally will try to revamp it. I would not be surprised if going into like a big content patch, you know, in the future or like the next expansion or whatever, that they do like a pretty big revamp on those specs. Because those specs haven't really been the same with like Survival Hunter, hasn't really gotten touched too much. It's pretty much the same as it was in BFA. But they didn't really do much to Demo. But honestly, like the biggest gripe I have with Demo is really the couple raid encounters we have an issue with. Everything else is fine to me. Like the PvP were not strong, but like if we get like a 3 or 5% damage buff, we'll be fine, I think. And like I think most of the issue with Demo is people don't really know its value more so than it's like bad. I mean, it's not an OP class by any means, but I also feel like it has its strengths. And if we get a little bit of love buffing our damage up a little bit, I think we'll be kind of in a good spot, you know, from a PvP perspective. I actually think the opposite, Demonology has some good options in its talents. Really, the only talent that's not good, in my opinion, is Nether Portal. That's the only talent that I can't find like good uses for. All the other ones I can justify in like one situation or another to like how they would be valuable. But Nether Portal, I can't. So I spent all my conquests on a staff and I got a one-hander in the vault. Oh no, man. I mean, that's unfortunate, but honestly, the staff is better. If you got a staff in the vault today, that would feel really bad. But I think the staff is better than the one hand because the staff is haste verse, right? So I got this, I had like the offhand and I had a one-hander from like PvE. And then I got this in my vault and I took it because this is really, the haste verse staff is really good. For every spec, whatever, if you want to play Demo, Destro, like every spec in PvP is basically stacking haste verse. Gotta wait for that reset. I don't know. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out. Thanks for hanging out. Like always, I really do appreciate it. Thanks for kicking it for a little bit. We'll be doing some Destro stuff here in the near future and trying to push some rating here in RBGs with Demo and all that fun stuff. But thanks for hanging out. Like always, I will catch you guys here sometime over the next few days. See you guys.